and it comes at the right time. The waves are looking flawless. Wind is backed off just a little bit, glassy conditions. Good size sets rolling through. The rematch we all wanted is on. Italo Ferreira going up against Brian Perez. You've got the surfer currently wearing the yellow jersey right here, Italo. With all of his unbridled enthusiasm on display. Ripping this wave from all the way on the outside to this inside section. Caught this one right off the buzzer. Still going. And Italo whips it around at the end, gets the completion. Chris Cote here with Jesse Mendez.
Out of the way for this big bomb that's coming right here. Looks like Brian's gonna whip it. Wow, look at this thing, it's perfect. Brian off the bottom, coming around the corner. Let's see what he's got in the lip line. Bango. Whoa, buckets out the back. Plenty of spray. Another one. Oh, I like the power he's using in his surfing. Wow, that thing was mental. Went blowing through that thing. Where is he? Is he gonna go above the lip? Ah, take it away, boys. This is sick.
Well, we got a big bango out of Strider from the jump of this wave. Rightfully so. Brian Perez dropping the hammer early on. So Italo's first wave of 4.67.
It's kind of subdued because I feel like they're ready for a lot in this heat. They wanted to set the scale at a place where they knew they could grow from. And that's exactly what I think is going to happen throughout this heat. First wave was great from Brian. He's just going to go out there and build. But the confidence and the energy coming off the beach and through that kid right now is super high. And I love it. I love the way he's just embracing the moment. We'll see what happens. So a good set's coming right now. Italo on the outside.
Sipping on some Strazerp, Strider right in that front row all heat long. So we're definitely going to be checking back in with him. Brian Perez gets the number 683, so he is now in the lead. That leaves Italo out the back with priority. And I love so far the cadence of this heat. It's living up to all the expectations with room to grow. And if you're thinking of a musical genre right now, give it up to J.D. Risner and the original Yacht Rock crew. They came up with a new genre called tailgate rock. That's when you're outside of the arena. You're getting hyped, but not too hyped. Save the arena rock for when you're inside, when you're in the finals, all the way from the outside. The crowd went nuts. The judges will react momentarily, but now they have to keep their eyes on Italo. He whips it out and goes down, so this is one of those rare occurrences where you're going to hear the crowd cheering for Italo when he falls, because that good that it doesn't really matter which waves he gets.
It doesn't matter. He's probably going to prove us right here. Look at this wave.
Italo vertical on his first turn. Right there. Quick snap right in the dome. Extended. Carving backside turn. Not an easy turn to do and make look good, but he does it there. Another big bash. This wave just unfolding in front of him. A little bit slower of a wave. Not a lot of critical sections yet for Italo. So he gets the finish there. So that was what the first wave of that set.
Stability that you needed. And this is Italo's wave that we mentioned. Beautiful first crack out the back. Very critical section of the wave. The wave's a little bit lumpy, and right here, that's when it kind of goes wide into the reef, and it doesn't really give the coping that he's hoping for, but he still gets a nice, powerful hack. Has to slow things down, and that's what I was saying, that I feel like he's mistimed the wave so far. Delays himself to wait for that wave to get nice and steep, but kind of goes in.
Absolute banger from the jump, and it kind of went out to sea as we see now the replay. Smaller insider wave, but maybe just a little bit more of a spicy opportunities with the lip line.
Yeah, definitely. Those smaller waves will definitely hit the shallower part of the bank, and it's going to help have that coping. And he's sure-footed, confident, composed, know exactly what he needs to do, and that wave was smaller, so he had to go massive on the end, lands it pretty flat, which is great.
Oh, straight back to Italo live. So this wave a little bit smaller, maybe kind of a better upper portion. Kind of running away from a little bit. There we go. He's kind of fighting against this one, though. It's going to impede the flow element that the judges are looking for. That was a solid power snap to finish.
That's definitely more critical for Italo.
Yeah, I mean, for him, meat and potato style surfing. You know, he didn't really release the fins, but It was powerful.
This wave, and this is the reason why he's going to right off the bat get up in vertical, and that wave has way more coping. He pushes that back foot, gets the release, and then this one sets it up for another third nice critical turn once again, and he's going to finish it off on a critical section with exclamation to it. Air drops it off the sky.
Yeah, I take it back. Watching the replay now, he got a little bit more inverted on these turns. Tail does blow out on this first one, so yeah, way more critical than the previous wave, the turns he was doing.
And the way that first turn, how he pushed that back foot, transfers the weight towards the front foot. This one's more of a setup carve, which is very nice and tight still. But that first turn was money, and the extension he had, I almost feel like Brian pulled the trigger a little bit too early for the conditions that we had, starting with the 683. That 5.4, he had to oversurf the wave in order to get that score. So it looks like he's up and riding, and he's very dangerous without priority.
This will be his 5th wave ridden. Building speed, looking for something big. Takes to the air. Back 3, messy landing, but gets right back up. And will he do it again and clean it up? Absolute nope. Still.
Once again.
Back-to-back air to layback landing. I mean, you got to give the guy respect for getting back up on his feet. Gets the shove, but goes down. Spectacular surfing, but a bit sloppy. We've seen him land those perfectly, just bolts.
This is very clear that he loses the foot, mostly on the first one right here. He falls it with the layback, his back foot goes forward, and he comes back up. He managed to do that. I don't know how he pulled it off, and here, once again, loses and pulls it back up. Like, it's incredible, the reflexes, the strength, how he's able to do it. But yeah, you're gonna get penalized for that, no doubt about it.
He'll probably get flared up on message boards for this one, but if you're watching a snowboarding event or a skateboarding event and you land like that, it's not a make. You put your hands down in the snow after landing, you're going to be docked big time. And
this is going to be probably another
different thing. It was cool looking. I loved it, but in the context of a heat, I don't think it's definitely not better than that 733.
I don't think it's even better than a 607, realistically speaking. But I mean, the ability of pulling that off, it's incredible. But yeah, like you mentioned, you lost a foot.
You gotta land your airs clean. Thank you, judges. 13:38 to go. Here we go. Brian Perez. Big snap, kind of transitional, almost loses the edge. And opts out. Crowd now silenced. I feel like if they want to give Perez the best chance of beating Italo, they have to get loud and stay loud. I mean, win, lose, or draw. He's going to bring it to whoever he's surfing against. And right now, Brian Perez is in his crosshairs. We'll see if Perez now can surf for a 6.58. Quick snap to start on this wave. Starting to fire off a little bit down the line. Kind of chonky on the face, though. This one's swinging a little bit wide, but Perez now leaning in. Layback. Pretty tail heavy in those last few turns. Throwing a ton of spray, though. And a powerful finish there. So great combination of turns there from Brian Perez.
Beginning of the wave, a little bit flatter, like hard to find that coping, but he times it well. He gets critical in every section he had the chance off. Has to go a little bit lateral because that part of the section, this is more likely. Drive through that front foot. Here's when he gets a little bit heavy-footed on the back foot. Once again, and then finish it off very strong. That was a very nice, you can see he exchanges the nose of the board for the tail. Gets a good fin release. Still have a feeling that that wasn't enough, but it's close. Had to go lateral the first few turns, and then this is a beautiful layback carve where he was able to engage the rail and then finish it off with an exclamation point. You can see 3 fins going out the back. At some of the turns that he had to kind of go a little bit more flatter because the section wasn't steep. And then finish it off. Powerful surfer. Used every part of that wave.
From the Bunch of fans that are lining the rocks right now for Brian Perez. He entered this heat as a national hero. He will exit this heat as a national hero, but Italo Ferreira gets the edge. That 7.33 looming large.